Call the honourable member for Canberra.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, last night's budget underscored the Abbott government's complete disdain for Canberra and complete disdain for the public service. In his budget speech, the Treasurer paraded the fact that at least 16,500 public service jobs would be cut, and he wore it almost as a badge of honour. It's almost as if he had no idea that those 16,500 job cuts were actually people, Deputy Speaker, were actually people with families, many of them in my electorate of Canberra. However, Deputy Speaker, I fear that the total number of public service jobs and job cuts from this budget may be much higher than 16,500. In addition to these cuts, the government is increasing the efficiency dividend by 0.25%. It's cutting 230 programs. It's abolishing 70 government bodies, and all of those decisions will see more job cuts. I ask those opposite to imagine for a minute that they are a 27-year-old public servant made redundant as a result of these job losses. They can't access New Start for 6 months after they've lost their job. So what do? How do they live? Perhaps, if they're lucky enough, they can move back in with their parents. But their parents are already struggling with the higher cost of living thanks to the fuel tax and the GP tax, and they're worrying about their retirement, and their property investments in Canberra are losing value. This 27-year-old will try to get another job, but the indefinite hiring freeze in the public service means it's not an option. Deputy Speaker, this is not a pretty picture for Canberra.